So I graduated with my master's degree in 1997. Now I was undergrad for 5 years, and then the graduate program was for 3. And I just now pulled up on my phone, which I have mobile access to my student loans, that my current balance is $32,135.94. I believe the original balance was somewhere around 47,000. When I went to school, I actually was the first one in my immediate family to graduate from high school, let alone go to college. I did get some grants, loans, or I'm sorry, got some grants and some scholarships. So I believe I got out of the undergrad roughly cheap because I worked in the residence halls. I got out for about 9,000. It was until I went to graduate school for 3 years, out of state tuition for the first year until I established residency. And aside from an assistantship, which did help, I worked a full-time job. I think I made like 10.50 an hour as a contractor. And the loans help pay for books. There's a lot of books to buy in grad school. And of course, to supplement things like rent, since I wasn't really making that much money. So for me, the way that I pretty much calculated it is either I took out loans or I didn't go to school. And that was at that point, it really wasn't an option for me not to go to school. Now, during that time, since 1997, I have had periods of unemployment, including a couple months of unemployment this year in the beginning of the year. So because of that, then I've deferred payments, or there was a time when I was only making interest payments on the loan, but I've always either made the interest payments or made arrangements to have a deferment for a limited time. So right now I am under deferment because I have been working part-time jobs and trying to kind of restabilize after that period of unemployment. So I really sympathize with other people, and I do understand. And I think for some, even though I owe 32,000, I think that's probably small compared to what other people owe. But then it is significant when you put the interest rate on there, and pretty much you're paying that bill. I figured that I would probably be paying that loan bill for the rest of my life. That's just the way that I looked at it. There was just no other alternative. There was no support, from my family again. And what was interesting is when you go to graduate school, there's not that much money, at least that I qualified for, to be able to, pay for things above and beyond what's needed. That's, if you relied on those kind of aids, you would sincerely be in some poverty. So while I was not rich, I was still a struggling grad student. Those loans, again, helped pay for things. And I'm still paying for that. So every time I make that payment, I just, I don't even remember what my class schedule was, and I'm still making those payments. And they've been purchased by different companies over the years. I believe that originally they were the Stafford loans, and then they were private, and now there's a loan servicing company. There's a fluctuation in the payments based upon the prime interest rate, and I know that I had like one unsubsidized loan and one subsidized loan. So then they merged those two together. But so basically, at the end of the day, I'll probably have paid $100,000. So to me, it's just like one of those necessary evils in getting a college education. Sadly enough. So I wanted to make this video to help support Beverly's project and get the word out and actually help put a face, again, on the student loan crisis that we're facing.